that down, let's move on to this, shall we? Obviously, we're getting into award season. The Oscars now, the Oscar race is heating up. We're getting closer and closer to the Oscars. And granted, I'm a little biased because I used to work in visual effects, but one of the big awards that I always really like keeping my eye on is Best Visual Effects. Again, I'm a little biased because I used to work in the industry, so that's fine. But I think a lot of people really love. That's part of today's modern movie magic is visual effects. And you can even have some amazing visual effects in some really crappy movies and some great, fantastic movies that have bad visual effects. Well, before we get our short list, the finalists for the contenders for the best visual effects have been listed. I think there's like 15 or 20 of them. Wow. But here are the films that's been revealed that are the finalists for those nominations for best visual effects Oscars. It's going to be one of these. So here's the nominees. The nominees are Alien Romulus. Love it. Beetlejuice. Better Man. Civil War. Deadpool and Wolverine. Dune Part 2. The Fall Guy. Furiosa, a Mad Max Saga. Now remember, this is best visual effects, not best digital visual. It's all visual effects. Yeah. Okay. Practical, digital, all that kind of stuff. Ghostbusters, Frozen Empire. Gladiator 2. Godzilla x Kong, The New Empire. Here, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, Mufasa the Lion King, A Quiet Place Day One, Spaceman, the Netflix show. That was the one with the Water Boy, Adam Sandler. Twisters.
Oh, right, I forgot about that movie.
It wasn't very good, to be honest with you. Anyway, Twisters and Wicked. These are the finalists.
Jeez. I mean, that's pretty stacked.
It's a stacked thing here. Now remember, it is not the movie with visual effects that's the best movie.
Sure.
Remember? Like a lot of people confuse that sometimes. Like I remember when Suicide Squad, the first one with Will Smith, it won an Oscar. People say, that wasn't good enough to win an Oscar. Well, okay, that's fine. Maybe you didn't think it was a good movie. But what was it, in hair and makeup? Is that what it was? It was one of those, right?
I just like to refer to it as Academy Award winning.
The Academy Award winning film Suicide Squad. But you're right, it's for the category. Yeah. So there are some standouts here. Now, I haven't seen Mufasa the Lion King yet.
Okay. Makeup and hairstyling.
Yeah, there you go.
It was makeup and hairstyling. Okay. Which, hey, listen, the makeup and hairstyling in the Suicide Squad was fantastic.
Yeah.
So it very well could be a movie you don't like, but do you think the visual effects were great? I go, Alien Romulus, the visual effects were wonderful.
That's my go-to.
Oh, like both, like the practical effects, both down on the planet and up in the ships and in space and all that kind of stuff. I thought was breathtaking.
I don't think there was a shot without effects of some sort.
I agree. I'm not so sure about the Beetlejuice one. I think to me, the really good stuff about Beetlejuice was more the set design.
The set design, right? That was me too.
I don't particularly think the visual effects were all that good.
Because they were purposely doing like throwback effects. So it wasn't groundbreaking.
Yeah,
I just kind of feel like
the set design was fantastic in it.
Yeah.
But that should be a different thing. Better Man, Civil War. Again, Civil War is in there for all the things that you don't realize are visual effects.
Yes. Right.
Because I had a conversation with somebody earlier today. It's like, why is Civil War in there? I said, do you think all those sweeping like scenery shots and things that everybody's standing in front, do you think that was all set like real?
Yeah.
Anyway, so there's that. Deadpool and Wolverine.
I mean, that's kind of a shoe-in, but
Dune Part 2 was breathtaking.
Amazing.
Fall Guy, a lot of great practical visual effects. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. Again, not because I didn't think the movie was great. I don't know. I just don't know that I was blown away. I don't think it's going to get one of the nominations. Listen, with some of the problems, I didn't love Gladiator 2. The visual effects were fantastic. Now, and like some of those shots, like the angry monkeys and whatever, in the trailer looked worse than they did in the movie theater. Like when you're on the big screen being projected the way it's supposed to be projected, it did look better. Still didn't look great, but forget the monkeys. Like all the other shots in that looked absolutely stunning and gorgeous. I love the effects in Godzilla versus Kong.
But my problem is with that is their effects.
Yeah. I mean, of course
you do, but that sounds like an obvious statement, but like, like that's all CGI. You can see it. Like you just kind of have to like set it aside. I love the effects where you're like, oh my God, that was an effect, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, when you've got a giant lizard and a giant monkey
You make me
fighting in
believe.
a city and they're falling into buildings,
Yeah, well,
of course it's visual effects.
You just
but
gotta
does it look great?
yeah, but you got to take the L, man. You got to take the L. You got to let someone else have
I
it.
thought they looked great.
No, I'm just kidding, but they did it.
Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes has to make the nomination list. It has to. Forget all the other visual effects in it, just the ape characters.
The standard bearer for effects.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's got to be one of the nominees. I mean, if Mufasa the Lion King looks as good as the Lion King did in 2019, it'll have to get one of the spots. Quiet Place Day One, you know what? It surprised me when I saw that name, but then I thought about it. The visual effects in it are great. The visual effects in Twister I thought were fantastic.
Yeah.
And Wicked is also going to get one of those spots. So if I had to pick the 5 that I think are definitely going to get it,
This thing is stacked, but yeah.
not necessarily the ones that I think should, but the
Sure.
ones that I think will. So I think Wicked is going to be one of them. Planet of the Apes is going to be one of them. I think Gladiator is going to be one of them. I think Dune Part 2 is going to be one of them. And I'll say Alien Romulus. I think those will be. I'm just guessing here, but I think those are ultimately going to be the 5.
If there's a dark horse in there, who do you give it to? Someone you're like,
that, I think a lot of other people would be surprised that makes the nomination list.
Okay, well,
I think Beetlejuice probably.
Again, to me, I don't think it deserves it.
I feel
I
like-
think that's more set design.
When she sucks up that guy and he falls, I thought that was cool. And when she
That is.
stitched,
That was
stitched
cool,
her-
but was that
herself
the
up
best
again.
visual effect?
I've never seen anything like that.
Is that on the level of
I feel like the dark
Proximus,
horse
or-
to me is actually Civil War,
Civil War would definitely be
where people are like, oh, okay,
yeah, and I think for me, because for me it was the one that surprised me. The one I thought about it is A Quiet Place Day One. That's one that could surprise people that get on there. But yeah, guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's episode, Miracle Made. Guys, it's hot outside and your nighttime bedroom temperature has a huge impact on your sleep quality. So if you wake up too hot or too cold, I highly recommend you check out Miracle Made's bed sheets. Miracle Made sheets are inspired by NASA and use silver-infused fabrics that are temperature regulating so you can sleep at the perfect temperature all night long. There are just so many things that make these sheets so fantastic. We already mentioned the self-cooling properties for better quality sleep, but they're also self-cleaning. These sheets are infused with silver that prevent up to 99.7% of bacterial growth, leaving them to stay cleaner and fresh 3 times longer than other sheets. No more gross odors. So go to trymiracle.com/Campea. That's TRYMIRACLE.com/Campea to try Miracle Made sheets today. And whether you're buying them for yourself or as a gift for a loved one, if you order today, you can save over 40%. And if you use our promo code Campea at checkout, you'll get 3 free towels and save an extra 20%. Miracle is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you aren't 100% satisfied, you'll get a full refund. So upgrade your sleep with Miracle Made. Go to trymiracle.com/Campea and use the code Campea to claim your free 3-piece towel set and save over 40% off. Again, that's trymiracle.com/Campea to treat yourself. Thank you, Miracle Made, for sponsoring this episode. Anyway, guys, those are the 5 that I think will get the nominations out of this finalist list. What do you think about this finalist list? Are there movies that you think should be on that list? Don't include movies that have no chance of getting a nomination, like a legitimate finalist to legitimately have a shot at getting one of those 5 nominations. Is there one that you think is missing on here? Do you think there's some on here that don't belong there? Whatever you guys think, jump down into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.